Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Patrick from Vicious Computers, and welcome back to the work week. So I hope everyone had a good weekend. I know I did. It was very productive. I got to spend my entire Saturday, beginning of the morning to the end of the night, working on a video for you. So I got new long form content out in the form of building a power supply. So that was cool because that's kind of my bread and butter back in the day. The Bob Ross of technical guides. Long form content is kind of a dying breed. Everyone's going for quick, small, like clickbaity type stuff. So I'm happy to try to keep some of that old way alive. But now, the other day, the thing about long form is it took the entire day, and I need faster content that is still just as important or just as relevant. So the other day, I did a talking head video and just kind of talked about some relevant stuff going on, and that's kind of an idea I've been floating for a while. I'm very, very active in all of our community forums on Reddit and etc. The things that I'm into, DIY stuff, IoT, smart home automation, solar, anything I have a passion in, I'm a teacher in. And I go to these communities, I read people's questions, I answer their questions, I offer better ideas and alternatives when appropriate. And one of the sad things about today's world is the voice of the truth is no longer the loudest voice. It's the voice of who has the masses. The cancel culture nowadays kind of determines that wherever you're at, if it's a forum, your moderators can silence you. If it's just social media in general, you have the masses, anyone who's following under influencers, the sheeple, so to speak. Sometimes the dishonest, the misinformation that is circling around in the world is the truth by others, or I should say, known as the truth by others, when it's not the truth. And if you come in with actual information, you're just dismissed. And so, my channel is a safe place for myself to share knowledge and everyone else, and I take a lot of pride in that. You are allowed to disagree with me and put in the comments what you disagree with, and I will either try to debate with you in a friendly manner and either say I don't agree and this is why, or this is my proof, or agree to disagree. Or if you actually do correct me, I will thank you for it, because honestly, I live in a world. I work as an engineer in IT, and a lot of people I work with, I've seen it where they do what we call shadow IT or ninja IT, where they make a mistake and they get the mistake gets caught, but they don't get caught. And then they go and they fix that mistake behind the scenes and kind of act like it never happened. I'll be the person that just sits there and raises my hand and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I messed up. Oops, help me fix it." And I don't make mistakes very often because I'm the type of person that doubles and then triple checks everything before I make changes. It's important. When I have 5,000 plus people in the entire state would be affected by a single change that I make, I have to double and triple check before I make changes. And I take that same mentality in what I do in YouTube. So when I am debating somebody, chances are I have a very, very strong reason for doing so. And I already have proof on hand before I started debating you. But despite that, everyone has the right to say what they want to say. And if you post in my comments, you're safe there. I'm not going to delete your comment just because I don't agree with you. Now, in that same mindset, I believe when it comes to content creation, there's a saying that I heard a long time ago, and I do really, truly believe in it. The saying is that collaboration is at the top and competition is at the bottom. And you'll see that the biggest YouTubers, the people that are most successful, are the ones that are working together and not the ones that are fighting for the table scraps at the bottom. And my channel with 15,000 subscribers is actually really small. And that's years and years and years in the making. And I used to have a big following. I was one of the bigger YouTube partners back in the day. But then life got in the way and I took a big step away. And, I'll never get it probably to grow back to where it was. So this is a passion project for me. This is not a money making project for me. So I'm kind of on the heels of the people I see out there that are doing this just strictly for the money. The influencers, the number of people that are being bought out there on a daily basis and they're just straight up lying to you because they want to make money is disgusting to me. And so I'm seeing people that I like on YouTube that start off as honest people, and then I see them slowly get bought. And today, I want to just, bring awareness to that. Know that that's not going to happen here. I will take a product from a company if they want to give me the product to review it or evaluate it. But the thing is, they have to agree it's mine to keep, it's mine to review. You're not going to see the review, et cetera, et cetera. Full disclosure, this was given to me for review. And then if there's any affiliate links where I might make money for the channel, a full disclosure there as well. I think that transparency means that, hey, you understand I need something for all this time I put into it. And it's just pennies, by the way. I mean, just 1 hour of what I do as an engineer is more money than I make in YouTube in like 4 months. So don't think I make good money here, because I don't. This is just definitely a passion project. But so I want to start doing more of that kind of content because it's quicker and easier. I want to maybe go out when I find these debates on Facebook, and I see, oops, that someone doesn't really agree with me, but I kind of know that they're wrong. I'll start capturing those things and maybe bringing them to the channel so we can discuss them as a group. And today I just happen to have a video on my brain that I wanted to talk about, and it's from another content creator. And I don't think that they're going to have a problem with it, because I've watched their channel and I've noticed they're the type of people that very much are after engagement, after new subscribers, after clicks. They don't really care if people don't agree with them in the comments. I've seen them literally thank people for bashing the video and saying, thank you for more engagement. Haha. So I'm not going to be bashing anyone today. We're just going to be talking out loud about a disagreement in our point of view. And therefore, I'm just offering a counter perspective. And I'm going to be sending him traffic because I'm going to be linking his channel in the video description. So I'm sure that they're going to be fine with that. And I would love it if they did a shout out the other direction too. That's, again, collaboration is at the top. And I want to collaborate with more people that are similar sizes to me. And there's a few guys out there that are in that growing phase, but they're either retired or have more time than me, so they're making a lot of videos. And I would like to work with them. Let's talk about today's video. I mean, this could have been two separate videos, one about just what's going on and how I like to run things, but the actual video at hand, that was all just a precursor to kind of set the stage for what we're talking about today. I was watching, I'm a subscriber to, there's a trick for that, and he's a cool guy, and he had just made a video talking about the EG4 products that he would not buy again. And very much the focus on one of those things was the EG4 charge inverter, like why this wasn't worth it. It's a $600 product. It's a 100 amp battery charger. I actually just bought one not too long ago as an emergency backup for my whole home system because it is the best charger I could find. If you go watch his video, you'll see that the main driving factor is cost, price. Like why pay this much money for this? Because he found an alternative product, which was this one, that he says you can get everything in one kit, cheaper and better. And that's where I'm going to show you guys I don't agree, because here's the reason why. I just got the shipping notification that this isn't going to be here soon. I said I was going to be doing my first DIY battery build. It just got shipped, so it should be here soon. And this is by far better. It actually is cheaper than what we're advertising over here, and better in every single way. And I also want to get into more details about why I don't think this is a good idea with these chargers. So let's just start with the cost benefit analysis, right? This is a golf cart battery. It only has 2 terminals on it, which makes it really hard to do multiple battery connections and stuff. You have to really finagle it. I want you to know that right here, they've only got 5,000 cycles listed, and that they only have a 5-year lifespan. This is their advertised, so you know this is best case, right? And then you can support up to 4 units in parallel, which means that by their specs, you can't put more than 4 of these together. And ouch. And this is being advertised, by the way, to connect to a whole home inverter setup, then an EG4, what is it, 12,000 XP, I think is what he's using. So you want a decent amount of batteries for that. You don't want just like 4 batteries and then you're capped. What are you going to do when you hit your cap? You're going to probably add more batteries beyond the manufacturer's specs is what you're going to do. And then you might run into issues. I don't see why you would. It should handle more than 4, but that's in writing. So just saying. Now let's just look at numbers, right? These cost $759 apparently on some ginormous sale. All of these sales from every Chinese company out there ever are fake. EcoFlow, Blue Eddy, you name it, all the manufacturers of the all-in-one products, they constantly have sales, making it look like you're saving money when you're not. If you pay full price for it, you're overpaying. You're paying what we call a price-anchored price, which is the fake high price to make it look like the normal price is actually a sale price. It's happening all over the market. Don't be fooled. You have to watch the prices for anything you want for at least a couple of months to see what their up and down values are. Because if you buy anything on a whim that you know is not at its low point, you're probably overpaying. So we're at $759 for this. It comes with a small BMS monitoring screen, and it comes with this charger. The charger is only 18 amps, so you would need 5 of them to come up with the same amount of power that the EG4 can handle. So I put 3 of them in a cart because 3 of these would give us a 300 amp hour capacity, and that comes out to $2,279. The battery we're building is going to be more capacity, higher warranty. It's going to be more cycles. It's better in every single way. 2,279. Let's change that to 1,895 is the total cost here, and my 1,895. By the way, no tax, free shipping, same as the other. It doesn't come with the charger or anything, but this is Eve cells, known as being like pretty much industry leading, great stuff. And this battery box is awesome because it has like a known super high-end JK BMS. You can't beat that. It's got the dual terminals, which makes it easy for parallel connection. You've got the same monitoring screen built in. These are server rack batteries that can either go on server racks or stack on top of each other. You've got the built-in breaker there. You've got communication protocols. It's serviceable, so later in life, you can just replace the cells and keep the battery box. I mean, the amount of money you will actually save is not just upfront, but over time dramatic. And not to mention, this scales and scales and scales. You can scale this and scale this. So we already know that this is what? Better in what ways? Well, let's just pull up my little spreadsheet. The Temgo 48 volt 100 amp hour battery, $759.98. With a 4,800 watt hour capacity means you're paying about 16 cents per watt hour versus this DIY build, which by the way, I got cheaper than this. This is the full price. I got it cheaper. 314 amp hours, which means that one of these has more capacity than 3 of those. It's only 13 cents per watt hour, which when you're talking about 1,000, 4,000, 5,000, 15,000 watt hours of capacity just starting by the way, because just so you know, like my whole home setup is over 80,000 watt hours. So imagine how much money I'm saving. But the thing is, let's talk about benefits. The DIY battery is serviceable. We have known cells inside of it. We have a known good BMS inside of it. It has better fire safety. It's enclosed in a metal shell, and those metal shells, even you can buy fire suppression inserts for them. Easier mounting options, cheaper to purchase. We have communication programs, and it's more scalable. And that's just the things that came up with off the top of my head. We're getting all of those benefits. And this is something so simple that anyone who is building a DIY system can put this together. It is no different than bolting your wires onto your bus bars. You're just bolting wires together on it inside of a box. So alternative, boom, there you go. It's cheaper, it's better. That's the kind of knowledge I want to share with my users. Let's get into some of the criticisms. Let me find my other window. Let's see. I grabbed a couple of screenshots. I'm not sure which one's which. So, okay, that was the original cost. This is something I just wanted to bring up. I'm not saying that this is dishonest, but this is the kind of thing that I'm more transparent about. When you go out of your way to say, this video is 100% unsponsored by anyone, these are just my thoughts and observations, that is kind of truthful, but doesn't it feel a little bit shady when in the video, the links that were given to go purchase the items that were mentioned? The Amazon link, I get, almost everyone of us is using affiliate links for Amazon, but even the Temco link, you can see it right here, reference. It's got his reference in it. He's making money if you buy something from this. So is it sponsored? Maybe not, but you can't say it's just unbiased. You're pushing a product. Instead of talking about why the EG4 stuff wasn't really the good solution, you were more pushing a product as a solution. And that product you're pushing, you're getting money for. So I'm sorry, it just feels a little bit, but I'll let that go. I want to talk about something more technical. Let me show you this. This is what any decent charger will do. This is just one of my Victron MPPTs. You'll see that it goes up and down, up and down, up and down constantly throughout the day. And this is not because the shade is coming exactly on cycle every day. It is not because someone is standing in front of my solar panels, it's because the charger itself stops charging for a brief period of time. And it has to do this so that it can read the actual voltage from the battery to determine what kind of charging state it should be in. You have bulk charging, you have absorption charging, you have float charging. These smart charging profiles are made to maintain the battery correctly, enhance its charging capabilities and its lifespan. You can trust the BMS to some extent to just handle this for you, especially on a server rack battery where you know it has a really good high-end JK BMS built into it. But I don't trust a simple golf cart battery to handle this for me and make it done it in the most optimal way. So let me explain what happens. This is one charger, and it's going to stop charging to read the battery voltage to know what's going on. Recommendation from this video was, why buy the one expensive charger when you can get all of these small cheap chargers for free and just stack them together? Well, besides the annoyance of having to stack multiple chargers together, that's a lot of wiring, a lot more stuff to go wrong, accidentally short something out, create a fire, you name it. I want something easy, simple, fast. But what's going to happen is the moment you connect two chargers together is they are now going to be competing. They're going to both be sending voltage at the same time. And when that first charger stops to take a reading on that battery, it's not going to get the reading from the battery. It's going to get the reading from the other charger. And that means it's pretty much going to be stuck in a false charging state. And like I said, it will still work. It's just not going to work in the most ideal and optimal manner. So that is one of many reasons I don't say that this cheap charger is the way to go. But really, it comes down to, I wouldn't buy this ever, because two terminals, can't service it, don't know what BMS is inside of it, hard to stack. I mean, it's just, solar is an investment, people. And yes, we want to save as much money as we can, but we don't want to cut ourselves short. Buy once, cry once is definitely the way to go. Instead of trying to save a penny here and then end up ripping and replacing it down the road because you realize its limitations are holding you back and you should have gotten something different. So I'm waiting for the DIY battery to come in. I had a lot more to talk about, I think, in this video, but it's getting long already. And I have other content creators I'm in the same situation with. They'll make a video and it's a very specific topic, and then they miss very important points that should have been included in that topic. And then you come in as a subscriber to them and be like, hey, you didn't cover this. And, you know, it's sometimes they're like, oh, well, I didn't think about that, or I didn't cover that, or I didn't have time for that. And it's like, but you're making guides. You're creating knowledge for people. You need to make it complete. You need to have everything in there. We all need to be humble enough to say we make mistakes. We're not perfect. We're just human beings. We never know everything. And the only thing I know is that I don't know everything. I've always said that I don't know everything, and that's the only thing I know. And I'm always learning. And I wouldn't be doing the job that I do for a living if I wasn't willing to learn new things every day. My job is not the kind of job where you get to say, haha, 30 years I've been doing this. This is easy as cake. I can do this in my sleep. No, 30 years of doing this just means you know how big of I can't say bad words on YouTube, how bad it can be on a given day, and you never know what kind of surprises you're in for, and you better be ready. So, yeah, anyone who wants to get into cybersecurity, let me know. I'll tell you how it can be. But I wanted to just kind of debate this a little bit further, share better information with my viewers. I just wanted to get some content out there today as well. So I hope everyone enjoys this video. Once again, this was Patrick from Vicious Computers, and I'll see you next time.